All right, I believe we are live. Looks good. So, the usual, I will just tweet a link to the stream and we can get started. I already have the URL, so it should be good. Only a minute late on the stream, so not bad at all. Okay, there we go. Should be tweeted now, and I can see the stream is live on YouTube. So we're good to go. Okay, so let me start with actually creating the project. And let's call it a handheld feather wing. Yes, there we go. Schematic. And now for something new is what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check out my Kicad libraries and modules here. So when I add new stuff, I can just immediately later push it, and that should make it easier to manage. There's the libraries, and then in a second the modules. There's the modules. I just need to wait a few minutes for people to see the link and see the email and come watch, but it's no problem. I have some like red tape here to do standard stuff anyway. I think this might be a good point to actually do this, because this might slow the stream down a bit, but that's fine while there are no people. It's gonna be worse later, so let's wait for this. And then we can also switch to the PCB view and do the same there. Usually that takes a long time, so it like slows down the stream. Let's just do that now. See, even the opening of the PCB new, that takes some time. I can see the stream is going super slow right now. Like, there we go. Okay, it should pick up in a second. Should go back to normal. Should have done this before. Okay. So yeah, the stream should go good soon. Just give it like 30 seconds or something. Meanwhile, I can load another project here. And the name might surprise you. It's called 35C3 badge, which obviously didn't happen because 35C3 already happened, and there I didn't finish this. It's a whole story. It was supposed to happen, yeah, for 35C3, but yeah, I was not ready. Oh well, but instead of that, we'll just have a feather wing, so that's maybe better. Okay, so this is fine. Yeah, okay, so there we have it. Come on, stream, you should be back to normal now. there anything being CPU heavy right now? Not really. Okay, so I can see that the stream health is back to green, so it should be good. Yeah, okay, so let's just start and see what happens. So actually, a bit of this stream will be me recreating what I already did before, but I will be describing what I'm doing, so I think that should still have some value there. So actually, we could start with adding the feather itself. That should be might be a good place to start. And I don't know. Sorry, just a second. I got a text. There we go. Why is the stream still so slow? I mean, it should be fine now. Come on, just recover. I'm on wired, so it shouldn't be a problem. Let's just keep going and see. So for the feather, I could create a symbol, but actually I don't think that's so important to create a special symbol for that one. You can just create the headers and use that as the feather. So I need actually the pinout. That should do it. Oh, that's it doesn't get better, larger than this. Yeah, that will do. It's not super great, but yeah. So how many? 16 on this side, so there's one side of the feather. And then we can have the pins. All right. Then here we have the power. See, so I updated my nightly version of Kicad, and that fixed some issues that I was having. But then it introduced, I can see now, different ones. That when I'm rotating, before it didn't rotate at all. Now it only redraws the label when I rotate it when I move it. So I have to, like, it looks like I have to keep moving while I'm rotating to actually see the rotation. And then here, see, something strange is happening. Yes, see, this alignment is like the middle is here, but this is not the middle. Something is strange here, but that's all right. So that's the A reference. On some of them, I think it's NC. Like I have here in my hand the ESP, what is it? The Haza 32 feather. It's an ESP 32. And this one, it just says NC on the silk screen for this pin. But Let's call it aref. Not sure if I'm gonna use it for anything, but let's see. Then we have the ground. Right, so now it should work, but it's not. It's something is strange. How is the quality? Because YouTube is still complaining that it's low quality, but it looks pretty alright here in my preview window. Let me know. And let me know how do I sound, because I think, yeah, I changed the microphone and some settings, and when I recorded, it sounded really good actually, so I'm hopeful. Right, so these are supposed to be the ADC, even though, interestingly, like on the, again on the ESP I have here, the top one, this one right here is ADC0, but here they are called, oh no, actually it's this, I should, yeah. It seems a bit all over this pinout. What if we take a slightly different one? Yeah, so we could follow actually the silk instead of what it says here, because this is not so. So we have the ground and we have the AZ and all the A's. So A0 here. Aye. And then that didn't work. We can go. We can crash Kicad. Oh, so insert doesn't work. Ah, nightly life. Great. Okay, let me open that again quickly. The stream is not going as well as I was expecting. I believe nope, I did not save. And now this is gonna take a second. We'll get there, no stress, no stress. So 1 times 16. I thought insert, yeah, it works here, so it was only with that label where it had some hiccup. I sound a bit ill. I'm not. I think my voice is a bit raspy, just like naturally. Yeah, sorry. It's also that, like someone mentioned, when I concentrate, I mumble a bit. So I have to also concentrate on speaking clearly. Otherwise it's gonna be not so fun to listen to. Okay, so let's go back here. We can quickly redo this. So we have the reset line. I might have to go back on the nightlies a bit back, because this is not... Quality went down apparently a bit. See, like what the heck? The selection is all screwed up right now. Like both were selected, even though they were not. Yeah, living on the living on the edge indeed. I mean, I've been using nightlies for quite a long time and never had that many problems. We'll see. Okay, let me just save, and then let's try this again. And let's see if this works. Nope. Okay, so it works, except it doesn't, because it's not increasing the number as it should. So yeah. And now it's gonna crash. Oh my god, no. Ah, this is a bad nightly. This is not gonna work. Ah, I saved, but come on. Right, it's not in history because it crashed. Right. I mean, to install new Kicad or old Kicad, a different Kicad version, I would have to stop the stream because otherwise it's gonna look terrible. It's gonna take longer, and it doesn't make for a very interesting stream. Let's see. Let's try to make do. Although this is annoying, definitely annoying. Maybe at least it's entertaining to see me get annoyed. Yeah. So it goes out to A5. Yeah, I'm hoping that feathers actually, I mean, I know the feather pinout and the form factor and like the connector positions, at least these two, and the button, I guess, is like standardized. Adafruits, they try their best. But I wonder how about the pinout? Do all of them actually support all functions? Like, is there always SPI on these pins? Because this is where the LCD will go. So if the feather doesn't support SPI here, you can't use it. Yeah, I have to revert, but installing, I mean, this is Windows, so installing would take a bit of time. So, see, so now I have to click to make sure the previous label is not selected. Mossy. But yeah, disclaimer, this is a nightly build. So usually Kicad does not do this. So we have, let's see, we have the clock, we have Mossy, Miso, and then we have UART. So there we have the RX. And then we have the TX, and then we end with another. Oh my, no, what? No bus selected. I'm pressing C because I want to copy this. And, oh, right, maybe I'm, never mind, maybe I got confused there. See, so I'm pressing V over this connector, which should show me the value for this connector, but right now that was not the case. Feather 1, let's call this. Yeah, this is slightly annoying. Let's keep going. And then here we have how many? 12. Let me save. This feels like going back to Kicad 4 days where I had to save before doing anything really, because it would just crash all the time. It's gotten a lot more stable. I mean, it's gotten so stable that I started using nightlies and they weren't crashing, but not this one. So let's go to 12, or let's go for, there we go. and align it like this. And a Kicad with crash now. Nope, okay, that's fine. Because it stopped responding for a second, so was a bit scared there. Yeah, this is not great. Damn, can't a man just Kicad in peace? I can't align this. Oh no, literally unusable. So on this side we have VBAT, which I don't believe there's a symbol for VBAT. Because I remember adding it, although there's a bat. Yeah, that's good enough. I remember making my own symbol for VBAT. Right, there's an enable pin. It's a bit short name, like it's gonna might cause collisions later with some names, but I guess I will prefix this is VBus. And then just some random GPIOs. Here I don't have to rotate them. GPIO 11. Right, so I already see like these numbers, these 13, 12, 11. I think that's board specific because on the feather I can see these numbers are different. So this might actually not be a good way to name them. So for now, actually, let's skip them because I'm not gonna be using them for now, at least. Yeah, but we can add the I2C pins over here because those seem to be consistent. Then I don't think that the I2C pins have what is it called? They don't have the pull-ups on each board. Maybe on some boards they do, but like on this diagram here, it doesn't look like they do. So I will add my own anyway. So there's the feather, only crashed twice. Yeah. So what we can do from here, we can go, where is it? This one. So like I mentioned, this is my previous project, a bit unfinished, right? I don't have the PCB open. But this is a display with a keyboard, and then it uses a NRF52840 module, and it has some PMODs. So we're gonna make this, but for feather. So I'm wondering if I could actually import this whole thing here, because this is just done. And I think this will just work also with the feather. So what I have here is, this is the BlackBerry Q10 keyboard. I made a symbol for it. It's configured as a keyboard matrix. So you have the columns, you have the rows. Then it also has built-in microphone, which I'm not using here, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna really use. I might put it on like a test pad, so if someone wants it, they can solder it to them. Just go crazy. And then you have the backlight. Yeah, you have 2 anodes, 2 cathodes, and how I do it is I have a low side switch, just use a MOSFET, and yeah, you can control the backlight from there. And this also allows you to PVM it, so you can configure the brightness. Then, since the keyboard doesn't have any way to navigate like up down, it's only letters and symbols, I also added this 5-way switch. So you can, you can see here, it goes 4 ways, and then you can click it down also. And that's pretty much all you need for navigating menus if you don't have touch. And then just, I don't have the image in front of me right now, but just so the space between the display and the keyboard is not so empty and there would be just the joystick, I also added 2 buttons to the sides, so you have kind of like something similar to actual BlackBerry. And depending on the size, I might actually make it 4 buttons, because why not? There is space for it, and I think it would work quite alright. So let's see what we do, although that might introduce a problem. Yeah, right, that's a problem. So since this is a matrix, like I said, this is 12 traced through lines, 12 signals, that's the word. This would take over all the GPIOs on the feather, and you would not be able to use any of the GPIOs. But what was my solution is I have a coprocessor, I guess, a separate, just like a SAM-D20, that I connect all the keyboard, the buttons, and actually also the backlight here into the SAM-D20, and then this one runs like a fairly simple code that checks it polls the keys and the buttons, and then if you press a key, it puts it into a FIFO that you can then query from the main CPU, so from whatever the feather is running, over I2C. So if you're familiar with this, there's this chip like TCA8414. It's a fairly popular keyboard controller. So this is pretty much it, except I also added backlight control, so you don't need to have a separate pin for that. And it offloads PVM from the main CPU also. So this one does the PVM, and you just set the brightness just as a number. So you say, give me between 0 and 255, and this one will actually generate the PVM, and yeah, you don't have to worry about that. So I said it would be nice to add 2 more buttons. The problem is, you can see here I am at capacity. I have, excuse me, I have 1 pin left, so I could add a 3rd button, but that won't be symmetric, so let's not do that. Yeah, so that would actually, this would work perfectly also here. So I might actually just copy this whole, this whole sheet into here, and then we're done. Yeah, so like I said, it's I2C, so there's the pull-ups. This is a SAM, so you can't put anything on all the chips. So like there is only a limited number of pins where you can put like a UART and SPI and I2C. So this is the pin where there is a UART instance. I don't remember which one, like UART1 or UART2, but this is a TX. So I also have a test point for that TX, so I can change it into a UART instead of this row 3, and then I can get some prints while I debug. Because GDB is nice, and there is SVD here for programming it and debugging, but And yeah, I already have the software for this one because I had it working quite nicely in the project, in this badge project that never happened. So there wouldn't be a lot to do on this side. I also have some basic code to actually read from that FIFO and pull it, because normally it works as it has an interrupt pin here. So every time you press the button, or yeah, that's pretty much it. When you press the button, then you get an interrupt here. It asserts, and then you know that you should read from the FIFO. But if someone will want to run this with CircuitPython, last time I checked, which was like half a year ago, they didn't support interrupts because it breaks the flow of the program. So you wouldn't really want to use that for CircuitPython, but you can always poll like how many are there in the FIFO, and if it's more than 0, then you read the buttons and you're good to go. Yeah, so let's, but then if I copy, I won't get the symbols here, so actually maybe no, but if I redraw it, that's just, it feels wasteful. And now I can't go back, there should be, it is really annoying. I can do Alt and backspace to get out of that sheet, but there should be a menu option, but nightly. So what I think I can actually do is, never mind. I can copy here, paste, right? So that works. So there's the keyboard, except yeah, it's empty, and I think it's gonna crash now. Oh, this. Yeah, I don't know. Should I just stop the stream and reinstall and restart the stream? Because I don't know. Oh, that's the wrong project also. I mean, it's gonna crash all the time. I mean, sure, maybe I provoked it by opening a file that doesn't exist, but that should not really crash it, really. So what I can do here is I can copy this sheet, and actually let's open a second folder for that. So there, then do not have it, and it's gonna crash again now. Perfect. Because I am still, I thought I saved. Oh, right, I copied the file, so I lost my clipboard. But now it should, why? It's there, is it? Right there. What's the problem now? It's keyboard schematic. Sure. See, exactly. So this is actually really strange because, I mean, some of these should exist. Or is this so ancient that... Yeah, that's a bit strange right there. Was it renamed at some point? I mean, if that's gonna be like that, then I might as well just remake it from scratch. It's not that complicated. I am confused here. And now it's gonna crash now. Like, yeah, seriously, this should work. Yeah, let's recreate it then. Fine. So we create a new sheet. Make it so. And let's start with the symbols I have, because all of these are custom. SPST, I believe, is the symbol. Yep. So we have the left and right switches. They connect to ground. So we need to add the ground. I think the selection before aligned to, like, it jumped around a bit, and Command Tab used to drag. It used to align to the grid, I think. And Tab doesn't work. No, this is... I don't think this will work. Yeah, you know what? Yep. I'm gonna stop the stream, reinstall an older version, and start again, because this is just, it's gonna be your and my time wasted fighting the night